Hello everybody, my name is Myae. I'm presenting about International Business Strategy of China National Petroleum Corporation, which is called CNPC, is landed in Myanmar's market in 2001. We'll look at the background of the CNPC companies. CNPC is one of the largest oil and gas business sector in China, which is founded in 1955, and now its business is over 30 oil and gas company in worldwide. One of its success is it is one of the top 50 oil enterprise in 2015 and fourth in the global Fortune 500 in 2016. The CNPC is controlling the shareholder interest of PetroChina, and it is one of the sole sponsor of PetroChina. The PetroChina is the largest oil and gas producer and distributor, so the CNPC have the biggest customer, which is called PetroChina, and it is going to explode its business in worldwide. This is the graph of CNPC ranking in global Fortune 500. We can see that from 2000 and 2002, it got above 100, which is mean that around 90. And in 2016, it got the ranking in fourth. It means that its economic sector is coming to raise to the better position. Now we are talking about the Myanmar's market before it go through the CNPC, how he make the analysis. Actually, CNPC make the analysis of Myanmar's economic sector by PEST analysis, which is called political, economic, social, and technological. From the political point of view, once CNPC is invested in Myanmar in the year of 2001, this country is still in a military connection, but the people want to change to the democratic, so that they have some part of way for the democracy, and he is going to start that business in 2001. After he sees some of the profit, then he start to build at the business in one by one, so that from this political sector, in the present situation of this country, is now under the democracy transformation. And in 2015 election, NLD, which is called National League for Democracy, the party is most of the people supporting, and this party is elected in parliament by 80% of parliament election parliament members. So that this also one of the factors to improve its legal formation and the economic sector of country also. Look at the economic point of view. As I mentioned in previous, the country is changing its political economic policy and foreign investment law, which is mean that it is inviting the foreign economic sector. And one Belt One Road economic strategy, which is initiated by China, and this also will be involved in Myanmar around through the wall from Asia Pacific to the Europe, so that this is one of the economic strategy to land it in Myanmar. And now we're going to talk about social. In Myanmar, there are 87% is mostly Buddhist, and the rest persons like Christian and Muslim got 6% and 4% respectively. Right now, the country is facing with conflict between Burmese and Buddhist and Islam in neighbor side, in some of the region in the country also. This is need to be and the monitoring situation, which is going to be positive or negative. This part of factor we cannot make consideration to bring the economic yet, but we must do some of the analysis for that. In technological, there are a lot, 100 over university around the region, and talk about the technological of the country. They are very low in the technological, which can say that the internet speed of the country and the mail user of the country and the online investment and online banking, such kind of factor is very low, so that we can say that the technological improvement is very low, and the country is inviting the updated technological company which is willing to invest in a country. This is one of the factors for the IT company to invest in Myanmar. This map is showing that the export percent of Myanmar. We can see that Myanmar is exporting to mostly US and China in 2013. This is one of the factors from China and US have to invest in Myanmar. And by the geography, Myanmar is near with China. This bordering trading is one of the important in the economic sector, so that we can invest in Myanmar country because of the neighbor border. From the anti-mob competition, we can see that most of the factor is in 100 over, which is either good or bad. We can see that this factor is acceptable to investor business. To initiate the business, we need some kind of factor, which is no need to be perfect and which is no need to be bad. We need the middle position so that we can build up our business in the strategy, and we can catch the emerging market of this country. This chart is showing that the foreign investment by the country in Myanmar. We can see that the China is mostly foreign investor, which is about 90,000 US dollar in millions. From this pie chart, we can see that the economic sector of foreign investment in Myanmar. From this point of view, the oil and gas is 1/3 of the investment than the others. This is one of the factors that CNPC is invest in Myanmar. And this map is showing onshore and offshore, which can produce the oil and gas from the country of Myanmar. From here, we can see a lot of onshore and offshore region, so that we can build up our business in this country for more than 50 years because of its plenty of natural resources. Now we are talking about the initial investment and the investment of CNPC in Myanmar. Firstly, the CNPC, he started to bought over the Bagan project in 2001 from TG World Companies. and it is set to make project sharing contract within 25 years in block IOR3, the SF2 and RSF3. And then for further step, in the end of year 2001, it made contract with Myanmar Oil and Gas Enterprise, which is called MOGE, on block IOR4 for 20 years contract. This is one of the second investing in Myanmar from CNPC. The third investment is the three deep water block in AD1, AD6 and AD8 with MOGE in 2007. Now we are talking about in 2008, the Myanmar-China oil and gas pipeline signed with 30 years purchase and sale agreement with Daewoo International. Now this oil and gas pipeline is under operating, so that we can see this initial investment and the big investment sector of CNPC in Myanmar. This is the CNPC organization chart in Myanmar. From the CNPC, they are investing in three type of company, which are the pipeline company, drilling engineering company, and petrochemical engineering. From here, they have the local partner and shareholders to meet the requirement of the local enterprise, local markets, together with its requirement. This is one of the important business strategy that they build in Myanmar. Okay, now we are talking about the CSR, which is called Corporate Social Responsibility of CNPC. From here we can see that this company is doing responsibility in environment. In a field site, they are doing the site inspection, and the work system is going through with the work permit system for operation in environmentally sensitive areas and with significant environmental inspection. And environmental risk identification and early warning. Special meeting for environmental supervision. These are the factors that they are taking care of the environmental. This is the investment of CNPC in community project. From here we can see that CNPC is investing mostly in education, and second by medical treatment, and third by welfare, and fourth by infrastructure. This is one of the important factors that CNPC invests in Myanmar, together with its community responsibility and project. It also provides to the local people, and also provide its company reputation to build a very famous in its in Myanmar country. This is the SWOT analysis of CNPC, which is called Strength, Weakness, Opportunity and Threat Analysis. Firstly, when CNPC joined to the Myanmar oil and gas sector, it first made joint venture with Myanmar Oil and Gas Enterprise, which is take supervision of oil and gas sector of Myanmar, so that they can make check and balance for the investment in oil and gas sector of Myanmar country. This is one of the important strengths that CNPC did, and it has the joint venture with parent company PetroChina, the second highest emerging country in the world, and it involved oil and gas sector in the worldwide. The weakness of the CNPC, the cost of recovery on environmental hazard, plenty of incident and accident of oil spills. So the CNPC is now under ongoing of CSR program to promote also because of this weakness and the opportunity high demand potential of China. Of course, the country is big. They need a lot of energy to drive their daily equipment and daily operation, so that they need that high demand potential of oil and gas, potential of biofuel development, enhancements of new joint venture refineries across the world. The trade of CNPC is government regulation and control, high and intense competition environment law to recover of hazard, development of technological hybrid automobile which is not require petrol. Once the technological is updated, they are going to try. They're trying to reduce the petrol usage, so that they can build up the environment without CO2 emission. This is one of the factors can affect to oil and gas market to be go down. These are the things that we have to see before we go in to the business. From 5 factor forces model, we have to see trade of new entrant, bargaining power of supplier, bargaining power of customer, trade of substitutes, products and service, intensity of competitive rivalry. From trade of new entrant, exploration of new oil field among competitor, industrial profitability, reserving or resource and sustainable development. These are the factors that we have to consider in trade of new entrants. Bargaining power of suppliers, raw material availability, industrial supporting service, joint venture with government party and ease of registration. In Myanmar, the raw material availability is quite good, but in industrial supporting, we need somebody to support for the technology is very few in Myanmar. This so that how they recover this weak point is they make joint venture to the other operational company, so that they can get the service from this company and they fill up this requirement. This is one of the CNPC fill up in Myanmar's market. Bargaining power of customers, joint venture with big customer PetroChina, strong market position, partnership with refineries across the world, and trade of substitute products and service, multiple variation of energy, natural gas as strategic growth innovation, development of technological such as electric car and automobiles, industry of competitive rivalry, efficiency and environmentally sustainable, should be at the CSR program, reserve and develop new natural resources. This is the positioning strategy of CNPC in Myanmar market. In major event, they start to invest in 2001, which is bought over the Bagan project from TG War. In 2001, end of 2001, they make joint venture with MOE to operate Block IOR4. In 2007, they make contract with MOGE to land oil and gas exploration for 3 deep water block 81, 86 and 88. In 2008, they make MOU with Myanmar's government, and Daewoo's combo for selling and transportation of natural gas from Block A1 and A3. In 2008, end of the year, they made 30 years contract for purchasing and selling with South Korea, which cooperate Daewoo International on exporting natural market from offshore Block A1 and A3. In 2009, they bid at BOT with Myanmar with MOE for Myanmar and China crude pipeline. In 2010, they signed CNPC signed shareholder agreement with Southeast Asia Crude Pipeline Limited, right and obligation agreement with Southeast Natural Gas Pipeline Limited, and shareholder agreement with Southeast Asia Natural Gas Pipeline Limited with MOGE. In 2012, they started to build up Myanmar-Thailand gas pipeline. In 2013, Myanmar-China gas pipeline started to operate. The pipeline has 2,520 kilometers long, with 793 kilometers in Myanmar and 1,723 kilometers, 27 kilometers in China. It can make annual gas delivery of 12 billion cubic meter from Myanmar to China. In 2014, signed as MOU with Myanmar Ministry of Energy to expand oil and gas cooperation to next level. In 2015, Myanmar-China oil pipeline jointly invested and constructed with CNPC and MOGE. This is the future roadmap of CNPC. The CNPC is investing in Myanmar. This is the additional information for One Belt One Road initiated by China. From here we can see that its route is going from Southeast Asia to Europe. And from here, okay, please contact for any question regarding about this project presentation. You can contact to my number 6586440587, or you can send to my mail cma409@uowmail.edu.au. Thank you for your watching.